All right, let's see if this is any better. I'll give it a second. I'll give it a second. Hey, Tammy, you still with me? You still with me, Tammy? Is it any better? Any better? Any better? There was a particular deck that I saw. I just had an image of last night when I was like, oh, should I go on and read? Yada, yada, yada. And it's got like a red, I'm not even crazy about the cover itself. I don't know if it was like a random pick of cards. But I know what it's like red. It almost looks like a jester's hat. I want to say it's just not the Lamont. Oh dear Lord. Yeah, we haven't used these in a while either. Might be in this one. Oh, I think that might actually be it. I could have sworn it was the whole deck, and that's just a random card. I want to say this is definitely the deck. Oh, good morning. Hi, everyone. Happy Sunday. Yeah, that's got to be it. For some reason, I thought it was the whole card, though. So let me just look at a couple more decks. I'm almost positive it's that one. So there's clearly a message in this deck for you guys. How's you guys' weekend going? Oh, my chair is down really low. Let me put my chair up. Yes. Wait, yeah, I can't even touch the ground. Jesus. All right. So, I guess we can start with a little bit of Monica in my life. A little bit of Tina by my side. I don't know why my watering can is here. All right, so I want to shut your eyes a minute. I know I gotta do this. I'm so sorry. Okay. Let's see. Number 5, is that what I was saying? Yeah. Good morning. I had an image of this deck last night, but it was this one. For some reason, I thought it was all over the card. And I really don't use these. I think these were like a random buy, maybe. Sometimes I just like collecting random decks. I'm not ready for all these, but you have the Knight of Wands, 6 of Swords, 4 of Pentacles, 5 of Swords. That little message alone is telling me as quick as something comes in, it moves just as quickly. Goes out just as quick as it comes in. So I might do a couple different readings, so let's just mark the first one. Uh-oh, I just bought this paper. Let's hope it's not too cheap. All right. My sister went to the store for us the other day, stopped and got me a coffee. But my fridge likes to freeze things. So there's that. Do I have a tissue over here? Put it on the floor, that works. All right. God, are you gonna drive me fucking wild? Stop it. Stop it. Go to bed. All right, week 1, February. Let's see what we got. Wheel of Fortune. The Emperor. Knight of Pentacles. Just get like week 1, February 2026. I wanted to say 2022, so I don't know what went down in 2022. Okay. No swords. No. Yeah, no swords. I'm separating. Let's see what we're lacking. I did want 10 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we have the Wheel of Fortune, the Emperor, the World, the Chariot. Four of Swords, 5 of Wands, Knight of Pentacles, 7 of Pentacles, 9 of Cups, 10 of Cups. You could be these little dinosaurs, bats, dragon, mermaid. It's very quiet. Yeah, it is very quiet energy. Almost bored because I'm cold and I'm like, oh, go put some socks on. And I'm like, very bored energy here. Slow, questioning. It's slow until possibly a decision, but we have Wheel of Fortune, Emperor, World, the Chariot. This is, told me to read it backwards. That's weird, but technically it wouldn't be backwards. The Chariot's a congratulations, moving forward, leaving the past behind, something successfully. You have the World, so it does feel like there's some type of finality here, especially with the Wheel of Fortune. And it could be with a masculine energy with the Emperor being up here. It could have been one of those things where there was just too much conflict. I don't see anybody up in their head as much as I thought I would, considering there's not even swords on the board yet. And then you got the Pentacles. This is the Knight of Pentacles is something you would probably want to invest in, whether that's you or somebody else. So let's just say it's you. And I just said regulators. Mount up. That song just came out the other day too. Where you want to invest in. Again, this energy looks bored too. 9 of Cups is kind of like everyday happiness. I don't see anything about like wishes or anything like that. You might have a good family week if you're looking forward to something. You could be traveling. Let's see what this conflict is. Because to me, this is a 5, but there's so many more little dragons here. No, actually, there's only 5. It just looks like there's a lot. There seems to be some type of storm here. But like a delicate storm. I think this week, I don't know where the transits are at or what planet is closest to us, but it does seem like masculine energy. I do see some feminine energy, but it's not as strong or resilient is what I'm getting. I do feel like women over the weekend have Nine of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. That speaks of confidence. I do feel like women over the weekend kind of had a harder weekend than men. I think the masculine's mind went elsewhere, and the feminine's was more out of the blue with a little frustration, sorrow. And I'm not sure why that is. It's just something I noticed within myself, friends, the energy. There's no bravery. I mean, these cards act like being brave. It could be like on the masculines. I don't know. Maybe somebody here is just really shy. Because I am getting shy energy over here too. Any of my women or men that are talkers, can you tell me if you had energy like that as well over the weekend? Kind of like random, some sad moments, some sad thoughts, just kind of like blah, or really frustrated, or what the fuck, like very, if out of nowhere type energy is kind of what I'm getting for you guys. It did hit me like that too, I will tell you that. And my dreams have been insane. A lot. Mia's been saying the same thing, and other friends too. Like my dreams, 4 nights in a row, same person and different person. It's just insane. Let me see. I'm looking for. Let's use one of these decks. Oh, here we go. I haven't played with these decks in so long. They're like, yeah, take them. Fucking take them all. Good morning. Hi. How are you?
Good.
How'd you sleep?
It's fine. If it's a little cold.
You think?
Huh?
You think?
No, but no, it's like really, I don't know.
Cold.
No, it wasn't normal though. Like that was like some weird shit that I had. Like,
It's called a cold front.
no, some shit like I would get if I had COVID or something. Like I'm waking up like wet, but I'm cold. I'm not sweating or nothing. But
Oh. Well, I've been waking up friggin' soaked too some mornings. I'm like, what the fuck?
okay, well not soaked. That's not a good way to put it. But I'm not like cold, but I'm fucking cold a little bit. And then I'm sweating though, but I'm not cold though. Or nothing.
Yeah, well, hopefully it's not COVID.
Yeah, I hope it's not anything weird like that either. You still have that, right? Doesn't just go away.
Technically I'm in the clear, but I still am coughing. So. Mm-hmm.
Love it.
Love you. Okay. I feel like I want to blow my nose, but then I'm worried about my ears, and that was a weird random message. Yes, very accurate. Been quite in and out of the house due to the storm. Been crazy dreams, kind of snippy. Yeah. I mean, it might not be affecting some people, but I mean, it hit me hard out of the blue. It could be the Wheel of Fortune and just Neptune that came into play. But Neptune has helped me realize some things that I also think were, I wouldn't even say lingering. I don't know how to explain it. Like I have my hands in my pocket right now as if I'm just supposed to talk to you about the weekend, but it was so strange for each individual that I talked to over the weekend. Like mine was my dreams set me off. He sounds so grown up. Oh, I know. He did come back from the freaking Navy like that too. It was nice. I'm like, oh, you want some discipline? I thought he had it before. But I feel like my dreams triggered things, but there was also realizations. I don't know if they were for me, meant for other people. I had 2 people from the past come back over the weekend, which was random, kind of keeping my distance from that one. Those ones, not, for my own reasons, not because of anything the cards are saying, just, how things, ended. So I do think that has a lot to do with the Wheel of Fortune, as if I'm breaking down these cards individually. Now, when it comes to the masculine, I don't know if they had more, I don't know. It feels like some type of take charge, but just as boring. Like they ended up in the same situation. Because even with the 9 of Cups, 10 of Cups, it's almost like where you invested. I don't know if there's conflict within a relationship or in regards to taking charge. I love you too.
Oh, okay.
I'm just getting my slippers.
Hello.
Love you more.
Is that not plugged in?
It's what, not plugged in?
Cat found it.
The what?
The cat found it.
The cat? The cat fountain?
Yeah.
Should be.
I don't hear it.
Is there water in it?
I'm not gonna roll up on her because Kessel's right there. And if you like to walk away usually when I go in there behind her, so he might actually walk away.
Yeah,
So
she does do that. I'll check. I put.
it doesn't sound like it's on, is all I'm saying.
But that's a good thing. Because that means it's full.
But it's not full and it's not turned on. So.
Okay, so you're telling me it's dead, but you just don't want to tell me it's dead. You want me to take care of the problem.
I didn't say that.
Well, what are you
I said I'm
saying?
not walking in there, but I can't hear it, is all I'm saying.
Okay. Ow.
I love it.
Love you more. Okay. So I think a lot of it could be from the Wheel of Fortune. Tell me about the Wheel of, I kind of want to, tell me about the Wheel of Fortune, actually. The Death card. Yeah, see that? So there is a finality here, the death, the world. There's no going back. Dun, 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 dun. What song is that? That's Katy Perry. There's no going back. Dun, 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 dun. Can someone tell me what that is? This could feel like a rebirth. For some, you do have strength at the bottom of the deck. But this doesn't remind, I'm hearing Scorpio. It's not, death to me is always Capricorn, Scorpio. Just like a couple cards Like the tower I look at as Aquarius and Scorpio. It's just who I am. Read the cards the way they're intended for you to read. It's nobody else's business. Somebody could be learning how to play cards, not learning how to play, learning how to listen to intuition or decipher. Nope, I'm not getting that either. But there's something right around the corner with this energy. It could be your strength, whomever you're dealing with. They could be controlling, they can be narcissistic, they could just, flimsy, flaky. I don't think you're getting this Knight of Pence, Seven of Pence out of anybody. I think this is somebody just kind of, putzing around. Oh, but I wanted this, or, like others of you I'm seeing like major events. Like it's either a rebirth. It's funny because I watched Jurassic Park over the weekend, the last two of them. I think one was Domination and the other one was Rebirth. And there's like mythical creatures here. Some of this Four of Swords is. And this Four of Swords and this... Oh, guys, you do. You have the Four of Swords, Five of Wands. You have two separate cards here. Dark Horse. Oh, ready for the perfect storm. So you do have Four of Swords and Five of Wands, but look at them together. I don't know, for some reason it threw me off, but look how like dainty and delicate and pretty. But I do notice one fairy off by herself. So you do have the Four of Swords, but that's not... I don't know if somebody here is left out because I've never seen the Four of Swords depicted like this. The stuff up there that looks, tangled. Oh, this was like the perfect storm, right? But it was a little storm, like a windstorm, or it didn't seem not like a big storm, not like with weather and what's happening right now. Is this, I wouldn't even say like chaos. Yeah, I guess let's see what this Four of Swords is. So this is kind of lingering. You got Judgment. Dear Lord, guys. Holy fuck. You have 6 major arcana here. Yeah, are you ready for a perfect storm, perfect storm? There's no coming back. So, again, I've never seen the Four of Swords like this. This is why Spirit wanted me to use these cards. That's beautiful. That Judgment. It must have been something in this deck that drew me in with one particular card, and that's all it takes sometimes. Actually, one of the other decks that I purchased was the Judgment card too, but it was like a Salem witch trial type thing. But Judgment, the card Judgment's been pulling me in. So there will be some type of decision making here. I don't know right now if it's like on standby, but this doesn't even look like standby. It's this. I can't tell if those are leaves or if they lost somebody in their tribe. Oh, those are birds. But it looks like they're sitting on it. Oh, and there's that red thing. Here's the cover again. And then look at the blue that's hidden in there. But it's not really hidden, it's their hair. And I just realized it was their hair this whole time. So that's their hair. And those are birds. They're not stuck. But this is like sitting on it, which is causing more conflict. So if you're going to make a final decision this week, this is final. It's finality. Like there's no going back. Are you ready for the perfect storm? So something I think is coming in unexpectedly. Something again feels like making love. I have to pee. Hold on. No, I didn't leave yet. Hold on. Keaton got me a sugar packet the other day. I think I tossed it. Actually, give me a second. I'm gonna go get some sugar in here. Sugar, how'd you get so fly? Sugar, okay, sugar. Sugar, death. Didn't I say something about like a sugar rush or no? Gold rush? Fuck. Hold on. You sugar. Energy saver turned on. Oh, my computer's gonna die. Hold on. Good thing I just caught that. I don't think I'm gonna have to read the manual because So sorry for the things. I'm gonna have to read the manual. Oh, actually, I wanted to go pee before I did this. I couldn't wait. I'm a couple minutes behind. However, the song Sugar How'd You Get So Fly has been coming up for me. Oh, okay, Heather. So maybe it's a message somehow. Or I just looked at the Chariot as not like the High Priestess, but not like the Empress. More High Priestess energy than anything, actually. The perfect storm, perfect storm. I keep looking at these two little cards, the Four Swords and the Five of Wands, but those two little cards hold a lot of power, guys. All right, well, I got my sugar. I do want to see. Wow, I don't usually do that. This is Four of Swords. Oh, it's Judgment. But that wanted to come out Four of Wands. So there's my Four of Wands with my Five of Wands. She looks way down, unless that's her job. See, these cards are like blue and red. It's this particular symbol that I saw. Do you guys know what that symbol is by any chance? Maybe it's symbolic. That's what I saw last night in a vision. And I was like, oh, you're pulling me to a deck of cards? But she kind of looks way down, but she also looks like she's the carrier in the sense of yeah, see, it's almost like this talks about stability, though. But then it's almost like she lets them go. So this feels like the Four of Wands speaks of, security. Maybe there's something here where you didn't feel secure, because this talks about security as well. Are you ready for the perfect storm? There's no going back. I don't know if somebody fell in love with somebody. Again, I'm hearing somebody's really quiet, even though the quietness for me went away until I figured out they were quiet. And now I just feel like I'm yapping. But there's so much more than this, guys. We have the Death, Wheel of Fortune, the Emperor, the World, the Chariot, Judgment. And the judgment will be yours when it comes to the Four of Swords, whatever you've been sitting on. But to me, some of you already made this judgment call, possibly over the weekend, within the last 10 days, within the last 24 hours. Very scattered energy. I didn't even get to like the Nine of Cups, Ten of Cups, and there's something seems, I don't know. This isn't like when you wish upon a star. I don't feel like this is any. I just got pulled to another deck. I think it's my orange deck. Jeez, and there's a woman in that deck. And I think it's the Nine of Cups too. Wow. Holy shit. I'm trying to think. Did I just Or did I just see it? I have two things of. Is this it? I won't say this is it. Yeah, I found it. I can get it. No, this isn't it. It's, I do like that deck though, but it's not it. It's the one that has like all like the lines and the pipes. Oh. No. I come across it with a good chance. Oh, I think it's this one. It is this one. Okay. Wow. I haven't been pulled to this deck. I haven't been pulled to any deck in a while. Well, that's not true. Something last week came out, right? So there's a card in here. I want to say it's the High Priestess. It might even be the Nine of Cups that pulled me to this deck. It's telling me the answers in this deck. I haven't worked with this deck in so long. Okay. Whoa. Princess of Cups. Tell me about this Nine of Cups, please. Seriously. We have the Chariot, Seven of Wands. We have the King of Swords, the Chariot, Seven of Wands, Eight of Swords. So yeah, it's like feeling stuck, or I'm hearing abandoned. Is that the King of Swords? King of Swords, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. Could be an Aquarius, but it's any air sign is prominent. Water is just a prominent with the two chariots. So isn't fire. The Seven of Wands is like a block, or like you're not going there. I don't know if this energy thought something was going to move forward, if this is you thinking that, you know, nothing's moving forward. You have the Chariot. It's like your decision, your happiness. It took you a while to figure something out, or it's going to take you to the end of the week maybe to figure something out here. Because this is week 1. And I can tell this is kind of leading off of the weekend energy with the masculine and feminine energies I spoke about in the beginning of the read. So there's a whole bunch of like little in-betweens, but I don't think these in-betweens are going to last like that. It's almost like melancholy. I am getting melancholy, but melon void. Am I saying that right? Yeah. Why does it sound like I'm not saying that right? There could be something with interpretation. I'm just hearing international, been around the world, don't something. Okay. Those two songs came out. That came out in the major message I had when I broke out the more Zane part of it. Here it is. Mundane in the sense is like nothing's happening. Like it seems like everybody or somebody's in control, but there could be control over here with the one who made the judgment because there was such chaos. Null and void. Thank you. I knew something felt weird when I was saying that out loud. Been around the world. Transfer, use this transfer. Yeah, I just don't know the part right after it. Been around the world. Don't speak the language, right? Interesting. Because this is supposed to be like everyday happiness, and it's almost like blocking it, but constantly thinking about it. But what would be the point of thinking about this? So somebody could be avoiding. I just got an image of my lesson cards. What the fuck? I don't want to break out all these fucking cards. Good thing they were right there. Indecision, success, but there's decision here. So I don't know if it's like waking up from like a cold front, or I feel like I kind of woke up over the weekend. Oh, we did have that awakening in there, right? But it's a weird awakening. It doesn't feel anything like this. It's almost like I was getting sucked into like holes, like black holes or something. Like you can go this way, your thoughts are here. Go that like it was just like I just wanted to shut each door. Tell me about this Nine of Cups. What's the lesson here? It could be for a masculine energy, or it's just your message in regards to masculine energy. Yeah, relationships. I am attracted to those who serve my higher good. So somebody's struggling with, could be two people. I don't think this is you because it just threw me off. Threw me off in the sense you could be caught off guard, or this is somebody. It's got to be two different energies because you have the Four of Wands, you have the Four of Swords, Eight of Wands, Seven of Swords, blockage. Eight of Swords is I can't stop thinking about you, and it's kind of like it's that bored energy, but still thinking about you, but doing nothing. It's like somebody's got to slay the dragon for, yeah, like I don't know, somebody's probably fighting their own demons here. And I can't find my baby. Been around the world, I can't find my baby. Well, here's the thing. Nobody looks lost. This looks like a whole bunch of avoidance, procrastination, maybe investing in the wrong things, or just randomly. For me, over the weekend, is my dreams have been getting the best of me, as if people are calling me into their dreams. I noticed like to call into somebody, and I even said, if this person wants to say something, have them say it. That happened last night. They said it. I was like, wow, okay. This person's in my dreams with me. I'm not fazed by that shit anymore, though. It doesn't mean anything at this point anymore. It didn't mean anything at that point either, because what's the point? Like, it's just, no one's talking. It could, I don't see manipulation on the board, but there is some type of fucked up tactic here that somebody likes to use that just doesn't work anymore. And it's like, all right, bye. And it could be somebody else's final words. It could have been your bye. It could have been their bye. There could have been somebody else. And it's like, they're saying bye to that one, but they slacked on another one. Even if something feels destined here, because I just remember the destined card came out, it doesn't mean you're supposed to be together. It was just destined to go down, destined for somebody to realize something, you know. But it does feel like a destined situation. You will have multiple people coming back. Friends, haters, acquaintances. Maybe someone I used to know. I think somebody else thinks they can just kind of like come in when they please, or this person figured out they couldn't do that, but there's somebody here who thinks they still can. It can be a Capricorn. Fixed sign. Sag is strong, Aquarius is strong, Cancer is strong, Scorpio is strong, Capricorn strong, Aries strong, Sagittarius strong. All 4 fixed signs always are prominent when the wheel and the world come out. There's definitely a finality, but this feels more like a rebirth for somebody. There's no going back. Dun, dun. So there's like a perfect storm coming up, but here it looked like just such a little storm. Maybe you're over it. Like this, these cards right here are just so light, full of detail. There's red specks everywhere. It looks like not cherry blossoms, but it just looks like berries, ample food supply for the birds. I don't know why this little fairy is off by herself over here when they're sitting right there. You know, somebody obviously feels left out here, but maybe there's a third party situation here, or because this is like judgment's already been made, but now you got more people talking about it. It's like, okay, this happens again, done. It could be one of those, you know, like this can't keep happening. This can't be a thing. This is not how we're going to grow. This is not how we're going to learn. This is not how we're going to evolve. Addressing lessons, addressing this, addressing that. But how long do things need to be addressed here? I don't think for some people it's just not necessary. For somebody else, it's almost like necessary for them, but it's not. Too much pride, too much ego. They probably have anxiety because my chest was about to hurt. You know, it's like ignorant, because it's almost like somebody here had to make a judgment call, or you will be making this judgment call during the week, guys, if it hasn't already started. I feel like I've been making judgment calls too. Like that's almost like my dad this morning. He's like, all right, I'm going to Sturgis. You know, like it doesn't have to be bad. It can be good too. And this is travel. So it's like someone's stuck thinking about somebody or trying to pull away from somebody, or whatever the case may be. It's over and done with, but there's no going back. You know, and there's almost like hesitation with these two, even though they're both kind of smiling. I don't know if somebody here is like really, really shy, but it's like 10 of Cups, family member, not a partner. you know, it's nobody's showing their face here. So there is no happiness here. There is no contentment here. It looks like there's a masculine energy or a feminine energy thinking about a masculine, vice versa. But you got one moving forward with the Chariot, you know, and somebody else feels stuck. And then there's a whole nother story here of, I just said coulda, shoulda, woulda, but I wasn't going to say that. So this is somebody that probably has possibly some regret here. Let me see. Ace of Swords. Tell me about this 4 of Wands, 5 of Wands, because I'm getting regret. 6 of Swords, but that's another moving card. I like that. That's movement. Not everybody likes the idea. Again, it's like you got one singled out that doesn't like the idea. I don't know what's going on here. There has to be like an ex, or there has to be an ex or somebody lingering around. You go from the 4 to the 6, though. I like that there's no 5 of Swords. Maybe the 5 of Swords already happened internally, physically. What the fuck? 5 of Swords at the bottom of the deck. So for some of you, it's like some people think they're better than you. I don't know what this... Someone here thinks they're better than you. Like there's a couple over here and there's like 3 on the outside. But 5 of Swords, nobody wins. 2 people here are thinking they won. I don't know what the fuck they think they won, but they didn't win shit. And I just got a little irritated, so I'm not going to read that any further because I'm not trying to get in that person's energy. Maybe somebody is irritated here that you're ignoring them, or you see that they're here, but you're not trying to play games. This is like manipulation in a way. But it's almost like too bad, so sad. It's like somebody's been manipulating, but I was going to say it's amputation. If anybody has anything going on with a finger or anything, please look into that. Well, you could be dealing with an amputee, or they're linked to somebody that's like an amputee. But with this being at the bottom of the deck, and then you got the Queen of Swords, 8 of Cups, walking away, 7 of Wands, defending something, 10 of Wands, laying the weight down, the Hermit, going within, 4 of Cups. Yeah, missed opportunity. Somebody missed an opportunity here with somebody, and it's been lingering. But there's no going back. And if you go back, you get ready because you're dealing with Katy Perry. Perfect Storm. What does she say in her lyrics? And was that the song that I saw all of us like on stage 2 summers ago, or it was like a vision that I've had for YouTube before, but it was karmic between 2 women? Anybody, does that sound familiar? So I don't even see a karmic, I can feel a karmic situation here, but I don't know who that is for you. You do have somebody that is karmic to you, but it's almost like you don't give a fuck. Or maybe somebody finally released the karmic. But see, what I don't like here is that somebody thinks they won. But 2 people think they won. But you know what? In this case, sometimes something worth fighting for is positive. And this will be 2 people that are happy, and then there's outsiders that are pissed. Because it's like I said here, like some people are on the same page and other people are not. So, and this could be you finalizing something and realizing, hey, I was never part of this story. And I'm done fighting. I got what I need. But this does feel like Spink, Charlie. In the song, she is pretty much saying, do not mess with me because she falls in love. And it was going to create the perfect storm. If so. Yeah, I mean, there might be a perfect storm coming in here for somebody. And then it X's all this stuff off the board. But to me, that would be drastic. But there is, there doesn't feel like a drastic shift here, but I can clearly tell that there is. I'm just not picking up on it like that, even though it's here. So to me, that's a good thing because it's telling me, myself, and I ride into the dawn because I got me for life. Or is it I got you for life? I think it's I got me for life. It's all about you. Yeah, see, this is, you have somebody here trying to fuck shit up, like purposely. I will tell you, you do have somebody that probably is very much in love with you or likes you. There's too much pride in the way. There's too much ego. There's things like that. There's another energy that's in and out. Be very careful because that came out in this deck first. So before a permanent situation takes place, there's something in and out that takes place first. I'm hearing, don't worry. I almost want to clarify that, but I know it's not going to be good. Not good. It's just there's strength here, especially with judgment. Like at least you know what you'd be getting yourself into. Stages, lifetimes. Let's tell me about this Nine of Cups first. And that card I was thinking about in that deck that reminded me of this Nine of Wands, Nine of Cups. It didn't come out of the deck. But I think I can show you what card it is quickly. It could be the Queen of Cups, but I could have sworn there was like acrobats involved. Could have been the Fool. Queen of Wands, no. Maybe the Moon. Or the Nine of Swords. Because this Nine of Cups has all those things like that. Because I was being pulled to like the sticks, which would be Wands. Could be the Empress too. But see the difference? Like Nine of Cups supposed to be like happy, happy. This Empress supposed to be happy here, but it really doesn't look like happiness in this Nine of Cups. So I don't know if somebody chose somebody else. I don't know what this is for you guys. I'm not really, this has to be in the past. A past situation. Maybe they had family, maybe they have kids, maybe the family's involved somehow, but it doesn't look great. I'll tell you that. It just chaos, exhausted. I mean, Tell me about this Nine of Cups. It could be your Nine of Cups too, and you're just like, I'm done. I'm blocking this shit. Like, I want nothing to do with this shit. You want to come to me this way, that way. Like, nah, I'm done playing that game, like whatever this is. And again, manipulation is coming in this week. Maybe somebody thinks you're manipulating them, vice versa, keeping their distance. But there's such clarity up here. Tell me about this Nine of Cups. What do we need to know about this Nine of Cups? Two-faced, double life, cheater, backstabber. Yeah, so there was somebody cheated on somebody here, whether multiple women, multiple men. Wishful thinking, that's kind of like a wish come true. Nostalgia, second chance, deja vu. I think you gave somebody too many chances, or this is something that's happening in their life where they blocked you thinking, I'm hearing perfect storm, perfect storm. There's no going back. Again, that could be that finality and somebody lost you for good. Do be careful, guys, because there's manipulation coming into play this week. And it makes me wary because it's not all on the board yet. To me, there's a link here. Like somebody didn't let go of somebody completely. There's still a knot. There's still a tie. Like there's still, you know when you break up with people? And it's like you love the person and you're really hoping you can just stay friends. I thought that for a long time. I found out at the age of 48. I am 48, right? I think so, yeah. When it comes to friendships and who's there and who's not there, and somebody can really love you, but they don't got your back. You know what I mean? Like it's wild. So this is coming into play again. And we're going into February. So this is probably, I just said a Aquarian energy, age of the Aquarius. This shift, but I don't, this is someone like cool, calm, and collective, and it's a joke. I don't know. There's definitely ego up here. Tell me about this major arcana, please. A couple of cards for all this major arcana. Growth. I want to expand my consciousness and my awareness. Honesty. I can't always expect the truth from others, but I can expect it from myself. So yeah, this could be something you're finally once and for all shutting down. Maybe, yeah, see freedom. I think there's missed opportunities here, or this is somebody else shutting somebody else down, and it's just someone you know. But I think for those who are not aware they're about to be shut down, they will be. But that could be very bittersweet for some people, which will completely change this read. So that, to me, this could be your growth. I don't know. Going through this and it's hard. Yeah, this is always hard when stuff comes into play like this again, because it's no one's fault. You can't avoid it with all this major arcana. Like it's just something that you had to see clearly. I mean, with Neptune, I saw some shit clearly. You know, a lot of illusion was broke for me in different small ways that affect my life. So this is like letting nobody hold you back anymore, which is fantastic. But there's a hold up this week. Like there's a jam. Somebody wants to come in and jam, you know, a stone in the doorway, so you can't get anywhere. Which probably is here. So this is like an inner knowing, you know what's best for you. And this can be hard because people will come around, you know, it's like, do I reject, do I not? But with the Four of Cups being at the bottom of this deck, it's already telling me that situation is come and gone. And it looks like somebody wants to drag it back into play here. Can you tell me about the Knight of Pentacles and the Seven of Pentacles? Because this is like opposite energy. The High Priestess. Ooh, and she's a mama. Oh, I love it. With the Nine of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck, that talks about, it's like the minor arcana for the Empress, if you think about it. But it's like she could be fighting off her demons. There's a serpent there. It looks like a devil. It is the Nine of Pentacles, but it's like, look, it's like he or she shut the book when I just got done talking about, you know, leaving that door open. It's actually the worst thing I could have done for myself mentally. And it took me years, more than years to figure out, probably like 10 years, if not more than that, to figure out that not just the whole 48 and the friendship thing, it, you know, leaving certain doors open where it seems like it can work out. It's the worst thing for you because you're investing time into something that doesn't suit you. You know, the Knight of Pentacles, very slow moving. And it's like they're worried about their own demons or something. There's no thought of you or whatnot. And even if this is you and that masculine energy coming in, it's like, where do you want to invest? Or where you're already investing. But see, this person's bored. It reminds me of somebody who's like, not all in, but like happy, outgoing, spontaneous, and then very melancholy. And then you have the High Priestess. And again, this could be secrets when it comes to insecurities. See, you got the Ten of Swords at the bottom of the deck now. So there's definitely something coming back into play, guys. And I think it's multiple things. I don't think it's just one person. Where you stand, I don't know. You're somewhere probably in this story as well as all the rest of us. But I don't quite know what this is for everybody either, because when stuff like this comes in, it's been a while. I don't know if somebody's going to try to rekindle, but I don't know if that's a good idea. I think you definitely need to stay away from certain energies here. If you invest in this energy, it might be an energy that depletes you. Because the High Priestess, Knight of Pentacles, but she looks exhausted too. And she's like, I'm not dealing with your pentacles. I'm shutting that door. I'm not dealing with your demons. I got enough self-worth, this and that. Like, a lot of us have already learned that lesson a long time ago. Others are just figuring it out. Who knows? I don't think anybody underestimated you. I just think, you know, unfortunately, somebody thought you would just kind of always be there. I feel like months have gone by with this reading. Months, years, something. Because this energy is like, oh, hell no. But then there's like another energy where it could be that masculine energy where they're just working up the courage, you know, to come in and talk to you. But there's secrets here. And somebody knows you're going to make a judgment call, and that therefore is making somebody very apprehensive about the decisions they make next. But you don't have time to focus on that either. So until something's like pretty much in your face, like, oh my God, that fucking cricket. That one fucking cricket. It's like, what the fucking cricket already. It's like instant headache. I don't know where you are, but you're about to get a bath. And I hope your little leggies get a little damp. Because I can't. Can't fucking deal. That was like an instant fucking headache, guys. Instant. Or unless it's this. This is something that might give you an instant headache. Let me see what they want to say. Been around the world. Been around the world. Don't speak the language. Maybe it's just something out you're grown. But coming back in, you got forgiveness and worry. Yeah, so somebody's probably going to want your forgiveness or this and that. Grief, death, surrender. You know, I don't know. Maybe somebody here possibly was working on some things, because I am getting that rebirth vibe. But I just feel like not that it's too late. It's too late to apologize. I don't think so. I don't think it's ever too late to apologize. It just, you got to have reasonable expectations here. I mean, a lot of the situations, to be honest with you, that I put myself in, I caused my own pain. Sticking around, reaching out, hopes. Maybe they are a really good friend. Maybe they can be a really good friend. You know, making promises to each other, and then those don't stick. You know, and it's whether it's anger, regardless of what it is, broken promises. And again, there is other women here or other men, whether it was cheating in the past, you know, this could have been a breakup. This could have been somebody went back to somebody. This could have been somebody who was just trying to like clear their story before returning, but that's not going to fly either. Because it's not me saying that it can't fly, because I do believe that people can forgive, but some people don't forget, and it doesn't mean, yeah, like, hey, I want you back. And I'm not trying to stir your wavering thoughts in any particular different direction. I'm just trying to be realistic here. And I just got pulled to like a text I did the other day, and it felt like when it was said and done, it seemed like a spell. And it was very simple. And I don't write things that give, you know, any indication or inklings with spells. I don't do spells. I don't do shit like that. If I had to, I'd tell you. I've told you guys a couple different spells, but that's for yourself, and they work, you know. I'm learning that worry doesn't change an outcome. Forgiveness, I acknowledge that harboring resentment blocks the flow of love. So you might have stepped out of something, and it's like, hey, I'm not, you know, like it's just stale. There's nothing exciting. Maybe you thought it's over, it's not over. There could be a good outcome here, whether it's sad or not, because it's some type of release. See, I keep getting pulled to these lessons. Take my shirt off, I'm fucking hot. And what I really want to do is throw like these little cards, and I'm hearing infatuated with this deck, but I don't feel infatuated with this deck. So somebody could be infatuated with you. Let's go to this pile real quick. Let's go to the 401s, 501s, this dainty energy up here that it's like a quiet storm. Friendship, purpose, judgment. Yeah, we already knew you had judgment right here. I understand that a friend is in my life for a reason. Judgment, I understand that everyone has their own unique path and challenges. Purpose, I know what I'm here to do. So these two cards that I've been kind of fixated on myself, play a big role with this Four of Swords, which were linked anyway. And it's also linked to judgment, so you got judgment twice. And friendship. But see, this doesn't feel like there's a friendship here. It feels like somebody's left out. I don't know if it's what you chose, somebody else chose by staying even possibly silent with the Four of Swords. Their silence is a manipulation tactic. A lot of people do that. When I go silent, it's not manipulation. And even if I hit you up or I say this, that, it doesn't mean I still want to be with you. It doesn't mean this and that. It just means I personally, myself, who I am, will tell you how I feel. And that will never change. This feels like you might say, there's definitely another energy here. There was definitely some cheating, some infidelity that's already happened in the last few years. So I don't know what that's about, but if you don't know what that's about, it's, somebody you possibly know, and it's something they did towards you or you did and never told anybody, that might come out. Somebody could have got caught. If so, I think that already came out. I just got a granulation of sugar, and it's like, sugar, how'd you get so fly? So somebody is admiring you. They're obviously not obsessed with like your looks, this and that, because I'm not seeing anything like that. But this person, this energy does not have the confidence that you think they have or they think they have. And that could be why, there's distance here. I mean, I don't see any emotional vulnerability. I don't see any of that. I don't see stability. This Four of Wands doesn't say anything about stability with the Five of Swords, with the Five of Wands right next to it. And with that Ten of Swords at the bottom of the deck, as if something's already, it's said and done. Tell me about this Four of Wands, Five of Wands. And we do already have judgment that goes with it. And then we have strength. Guys, another major arcana. And then Six of Cups. Yeah, this is somebody definitely from your past. But it's like hesitation on both ends. It's like knowing it. There could be something tribal here. It's like knowing it, but like, who cares? You could be dealing with a Leo, but I think this is all about strength. I mean, you can control a serpent here. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. You can't even really see that. There you go. It's like you can control a serpent here. So you got strength and judgment with this whole particular side. And I'm not saying silence was a tactic here. There could be somebody who just, they close off, but that, people who close off to other people, you never know what's going to happen. What am I trying to say? Like, people who close off to other people, you don't know how that's going to affect somebody else. And you could think, all right, that person's always going to be here. That's not, like, shockingly enough, they are not. They do not show up. Some people do. Others just, they don't because of their own insecurities here. This could be somebody lacking a job or not happy with their job, their workplace. It is Pentacles. We've got the Knight of Pentacles, Seven of Pentacles. But it's like where they're investing or where they've been investing. It could be like a wake-up call to them as well. Like, holy shit, I really thought this was worth keeping this friendship or this and that. I mean, don't we all? But these lessons are more, you have, forgiveness, relationship, I forget what else you have, but can you forgive and move on? Yeah, you probably can, but there's too much speculation. This is very uncomfortable energy where I don't think it's going to be an easy release here. Over here, we have two-faced. So something clearly happens over here with the Nine of Cups, Ten of Cups. And again, this is somebody, I don't know, they wishing ill on you. Like, this could be a hater that wants to come back around. This is karma coming back around for somebody. Like, what goes around comes around too. This is also karma being delivered. But I'm also getting frustration. But I think a lot of you are kosher because this is not energy of being frustrated. It could be theirs of like secrets and yada yada, or how they think about you and they admire you or yada yada. But if the tables are turning, this is your thoughts when it comes to that. It's just, it's almost like building up the confidence to bounce out of a situation again mentally, or maybe it's the first time you're trying to do this. It's like a different type of challenge, the way you're trying to exit a situation, thinking, well, the last time I tried to exit it, this and that, because I can't even tell you how many times, oh, I'm not going to hit you up, and then I do. It's not that often that I do that. But that can make me look very weak in somebody's eyes, or for me, that's my confidence. If you're getting a side of me, it's not because I'm sitting here sad and crying, or I miss you and I want this, or I'm manipulating this, or I'm trying to pull you in. It's not like that, for me at least. I just like to, there's just power behind my words, whether it's boosting my confidence or delivering karma. There is something different here in the last couple months, but it still didn't go the way it was planned. I don't know what that's about. Like, to me, reaching out to somebody, I don't feel weak. If I'm writing to you and hitting you up, you're important to me. But sometimes, you got to put that on the back burner when it's not doing anything for you. There's no positivity. It's like a dream I had the other day, and then I hit somebody up, and that's not somebody from the past that came back. That was me reaching out to the past about something. And I didn't say like, hey, stay out of my dreams. I didn't go that route, guys. That's not me anymore. Like I used to go that route with somebody because I knew things, and then it's but then it's something switches. Because even though you can't assume, you can't, it comes a point where you've learned that lesson. So like if another one comes in, I think I mentioned like going about something a different way this time. And again, if I hit up somebody, you're important to me. I don't just hit up random people to bitch at them or do this. Like I got my own life happening. I got my own, I'm hearing trials and tribulations. I have my own, got my own shit. And I've never tried to put that on anybody. Actually, if anything, it deters me from being with somebody because I don't want somebody to necessarily share that burden with me. But sometimes people are meant to come in and be there for you during certain burdens. And, always gets reciprocated. But there's such power up here, guys, where there's definitely a change. And with Katy Perry coming in, like there's no going back. Like it could be a good thing in the sense that the right people end up being together. And once and for all, I mean, you're cutting so many things out, or people, or how you acted in past relationships. Again, like just because someone's silent doesn't mean they don't care about you. But if you're texting somebody and you're not blocked and they can continuously read your shit, don't do that to yourself, especially if somebody is not responding. Even if you wanted to say like hi or this, like don't do that over the week. You don't want to put yourself in a situation where you become any more confused because this energy hasn't quite adjusted, this energy hasn't happened with everybody. It hasn't settled. Like this is just the start. It's like an ending and a start, but I do feel like a rebirth here. Let me clarify. Let me blow my nose and then clarify. Let me do it now. I was actually fearing blowing my nose because it's lots of popping in my ears, but it actually just unblocked my right ear, so kind of glad I did that. Okay. Two-faced son of a bitch. I want to do this, but please tell me about the death card coming in. Well, it's here, but coming in. You have time, delay, procrastination, too busy, emotions, worry, fear. Again, we already saw that fear. I'd like to say like there's an emotional turnaround, but I don't see an emotional turnaround, like possibly here, but I don't know. Maybe someone's like, I never want to be in a relationship again. Like, I never want to get hurt again. And, you know, I'm not sure, but that type of thinking is depressing and shitty. Get over it. You got hurt. Move on. I know it's easier said than done, but for real. I mean, I don't think I'm meeting for fucking teenagers or 20-year-olds anymore, guys, to be quite honest with you. So it's just accepting the fact that even if it has to do with a past life, there might be closure. You know, and it's like, oh man, I don't think about that situation anymore, or that doesn't come in anymore. You know, like whatever it is definitely major. It's like growth. I don't know what that's supposed to be. I'm watering. I'm nurturing. I'm my little stubs. I should probably go to the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah.
Got a question for you, but I didn't know you're busy.
I can mute it real quick. As I'm done with this, I'll come up and help. I thought I had to mute it, but I didn't. The stamps are missing. Guys, remember the other day I said like an unwanted guest or like a spirit? It could be like a spirit ear hanging around. Like, I don't think I have any unwanted guests in here, but me and my dad have been hearing noises like you wouldn't believe. But I also came after my mom passed. Regardless, after my mom passed, it was a few weeks later, I took a mirror out of the closet, and there's a couple mirrors that I loved, and this one mirror is so heavy. It's dated back centuries. It belonged to like the Sears castle that ran through like New Hampshire and Mass. And my dad has one, and he told me the story and how he got it. But it's so heavy, it goes into the wall. I've been cleaning it. Me and him have been cleaning it, the silver and stuff, because it's real silver. It's absolutely gorgeous. But I said to him, like, he's like, why do you got like crystals and stuff on it? And I was like, oh, this definitely has some energy. And we've been hearing whistling, we've been hearing chimes. But this is the second or third time a whole book of stamps has disappeared. My mom used to do the bills. Now he came down and he's like, did you happen to borrow a stamp? I'm like, no. And it's weird because this happened before. And I was like, didn't this happen a couple weeks ago and you went out and got more? And he's like, yeah. He's like, it's like $70 worth of fucking stamps. He was like, I was hoping that you were borrowing it. And I'm like, no. But there's been other random things. Like, so I do think my mom has visited a few times. I know there's other energy that comes to visit me because they always turn on the hall light for me. In terms of the mirror, it could be unwanted guests, but I already worked with the mirror, in the sense of I want to bring you back to life. And there could be some negative energy in there too. I mean, it dates back centuries. But I'm already attached to it, me and antiques and stuff like that. But there has been other things like disappearing here and there. But we hear more like chimes. My mom loved wind chimes just like me. But we're hearing like they're in the house. Like it's just, we're both like, do you hear that? And we're like, yeah, but we don't say anything. I think it has a lot to do with the mirror too. But see, I muted you guys as if he had something to say that I wasn't sure could be heard or not on YouTube. So it's like somebody has something to say, like in private, but it doesn't need to, like, I think somebody here is like thinking the worst of a certain situation here. Wait until I show you the mirror, guys. It will blow your mind. At least it does for me. Anything vintage, this is like in a castle, guys, like a real castle, parties, balls, and it was a vanity from like a bathroom. So you can imagine how many people have looked in this mirror. So I knew when I took it out, it could, playing with fire a little bit, but I did talk to her and told her I was trying to bring her back to life, and in the sense of whoever's attached to this mirror, like, you're gonna be happy again, or whoever had sentimental value. Like when they stripped an old part of the castle because it would have fell anyway, it would have been dangerous. They took those out. So those are the original mirrors from centuries and centuries ago, guys. Like when they kept getting put back in, and unfortunately, somebody did steal that mirror. That's why my mom never wanted to hang it up. But my dad got his hands on it. He wasn't part of it. It's just, cursed something. Didn't I say something like the cursed something? It was like a cursed jewel, this could be something linked to a mirror here. You could be mirroring somebody. Be an odd way for that message to come out, but this is somebody who, it doesn't feel like this is your energy procrastinating. This is somebody who can choose to move forward, but is not. And it could be because they're convincing themselves, oh, I got to get through this first. I got to do that. Like, I've always said this to you guys, like, that's the biggest misconception. You get a divorce, you break up, it's been years, you thought you're going to spend your life with them. What, you were illegally married or entangled, like, and, you get out of a marriage and you meet somebody, or somebody comes in. There's a reason for that. You get offered a job and it's across the country, and everyone wants to say, oh, don't take that job, you just got a divorce, you need your family around, you need this, you know what I mean? Like, that is the biggest misconception. Whoever comes in around that time frame is supposed to be there. Whether you drew somebody in intentionally because you were lacking comfort. I've been there. I've seeked just comfort. Oh my God, another fucking ant, a baby ant. It's just one every time I'm on this board. I don't know what it is, but I mean, guys, ants aren't even supposed to produce right now. So that's a message for you guys. I don't know how you want to interpretate the ant thing anymore, but like, we have a record fucking cold here and baby ants are being fucking born on my desk. So I don't know what to fucking tell you about that. Ants are new beginnings. But it's also like somebody wanted to stay in control of their emotions, which it makes sense that I did read there's no emotional stability here, none. It's almost like this speaks of like safety, but there was a double life here. There was no safety, and it's, I've looked at certain particular people in my life as safety, and then, it was an opener for me because my comfort, my safety, but in all reality, there was never any security with that safety. So why did I feel security? But it's not, why did I not pick up on the fact that there was no security? Like, you get what I'm saying? So there's a lot of mumbo jumbo. Number 9. Is that the mambo again? There's a song that came in a little bit of Tina Sun in my life. Did I just sing the same song again? Ants, even the dark spirit is created. Yeah, they look at ants as being dark. I mean, I have a dark spirit to me too, so that doesn't faze me. It just has to be done properly. But did I just sing the same song? There's no going back. Limbo something, I don't know. All right, tell me about the Wheel of Fortune. I feel like there's a noose around my neck. It's only my sweatshirt, blocked, moved on, nothing to say, stop calling. So this could have something to do with this, but this could be a good thing. It could be something you blocked, something they blocked. One more for this. No, I'm going to clarify with a different deck. Tell me about the Emperor and the energy of the Emperor for this week. Burnt bridges, lack of trust, disloyal. Tell me about the World this week. Running, holy shit. It's like, good luck trying to avoid this. I don't know who this is that's been trying to avoid this. You can't avoid this. And if you avoid it, you're about to get hit by a fucking train. This is beyond a lesson at this point. This is like, you know better. Tell me about the Chariot. But there is like a switch here too. Consequences, yeah. Bad choices, games, mixed signals. Tell me about Judgment. Archangel Michael. Protection from any harm, divine intervention, striptease, gamble, Vegas. Yeah, see, I'm telling you, my troops passed judgment on something already. And this is Spirit saying, go have fun with your life. Like, you deserve it in the midst of like whatever this chaos is. Like, whatever this is that comes in might disrupt you, but it definitely doesn't look like it's going to get the best of you. You had some type of destiny or something over here too. Oh, you had that relationships. I'm attracted to people who serve my higher good. You're not going to be attracted to people who have a double life or can't fucking talk, cheating, backstabbing. But I think somebody here thought they could work something out with somebody from the past, because there's multiple women and multiple men here, guys. I mean, I'm feeling like this is like within the last 3 years. I usually don't get like a certain stamp like that, or I know it's already happened, but it doesn't feel like it's something lingering on you. It could be something that lingers, you know. I don't know if this is somebody just trying to be like, okay, well, you know, these are the consequences, or this is somebody else's consequences of what they did to somebody else, but that somebody else wants to head your way too. I just, it's a shit show. And when people head your way that way too, it's like you got all this residual energy, you know, it's, yeah. Can you tell me about strength, please? To me, you already have the strength. Intimacy, mutual respect, unity, closeness, epiphany, self-reflection, answers questions, untapped talents. Yeah, this is like making yourself happy, bringing your own security, not leading with that 5 of Wands. It might feel like the 5 of Wands right now, but it's still very dainty. And I don't know what that's trying to say. I just know there's nothing here that's like wicked, brutal energy here. Tell me about this Knight of Pentacles. Increase this energy, tension, stressed out. What is this? 7 of Pentacles. Puzzled, confused, perplexed, conflicted. That's the energy I got over here. Paranoid, insecure, guarded. That's that blockage over here. And the 7 of Wands came in twice. Is somebody blocking their own shit? Tell me about this 4 of Swords real quick. This feels like someone like left out, envy, resentful, competitive, discontent. 5 of Swords. This, yeah, like not happy with certain things. You got lust, by any means necessary, inconsiderate. One more for the 5 of Swords, trapped, stuck, no options, unforgiveness. Tell me about the 6 of Swords. A love affair, dirty little secret, narcissistic, egotistical, and opportunist. So like I said, you might not even know who this is yet, but they're coming in. You know, this can be friends, coworkers. It's definitely energy that's surrounding you this week, and mind you, it's very heavy energy. There's some crystal. Number 5. Yeah, I don't know what that song is about, do you? Does it just talk about, you know, is it just like a happy song? I guess time for you to be happy again, you know? So there could have been like some depression here, or just things going on, or just life in general. You know, these can't be avoided. So again, like this is something already happened. This is a one-sided lesson. I'd like to say this is lessons that already happened on each side, but this is a one-sided lesson. This is somebody who runs away from their emotions, doesn't care about consequences, playing games, procrastination, somebody who doesn't want to get in tune with their feelings. But it's like the Emperor, like, lack of trust, disloyal, turn back on. So I don't know if this is somebody that wants to right their wrongs right. I mean, it looks this way. I just don't know. You know, with judgment, again, there's something here with judgment and strength that's destined, because you are being protected over here. And it's like 9 of Cups, 10 of Cups. Like, You're not playing games. You don't want to be with somebody who lives a double life or fucking backstabs you or, you know, just, yeah, wears a mask, doesn't want to tell you how they feel, insecure or not, too bad, so sad. Like, that's how, you know, things get ruined in fucking life. Or, you know, you got relationships. I'm attracted to those who serve my higher good. Like, that's why I said someone looked bored, like melancholy. Like, it just didn't make sense to me that this energy would be here. I mean, it does now with all this coming out. Is this like an epiphany for you? I don't think so. Like, this is already self-reflection. This is already answers that have been questioned. You've questioned, and you probably had to answer yourself, because whatever this is has lingered. I'm hearing 8 years, 14, 23. So these are major transits that people got held up in. I feel like the last 3 years I wasn't held up. I was held up in some shit, but not to this extent. Yeah, to this extent, but not where it ruined, you know, it took a little piece of my soul, or of course this sorrow and sadness, but it's not there anymore. You know, you could have used somebody as comfort, or they used you. You could have used each other. You know, if I don't want to respond to the past, I'll go elsewhere too. I will tell you, the last time I did go elsewhere, though, it was did feel like a destined situation that I completely couldn't understand, which I'm kind of understanding now. Because it's not about how somebody else feels. For a lot of people, yes, that's exactly how it is. But I think for those who I'm reading this particular message for, when it comes to feelings, this is not, like, this is something you've already dealt with. It's come and gone, you know, it's been blocked, back on, but blah, 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 you know, like, I don't think this is your escape or denial or excuses. Like, this is, you know, the world. I think that's somebody else. I don't think you're running from this. And with the Chariot here, this is moving forward, and somebody else, you know, staying behind because they made bad choices. And again, I feel like there's a woman being blocked here, or multiple women. It could be men too, and it's just the feminine side. But in the midst of something that happened between you and somebody else, they were dealing with something else. And realistically, that's everyone's situation, in a sense of course you were dealing with something else. Why wouldn't you be? Because to me, you're already free here, but you do have an archangel that is protecting something, a relationship. And I did mention destiny. Something definitely in the last few months was different for me, but I didn't question it. What I got from that connection was more sorrow and lack. Let me clarify these again. And I'm just trying to give you like some ideas, guys, of what's going to be hitting you here. I don't think this is within your energy too, but this isn't you. This is something you could have already done. But this is, I don't know if this was somebody trying to heal from a certain situation and left you on the sidelines, or even if they didn't leave you on the sidelines and it was things could have been said that weren't said. Put it that way. And I don't think this is like your epiphany. Again, I think it's somebody else's. You're your epiphany is elsewhere. And you do have somebody in your life with this 4 of Wands and 5 of Wands. Mutual respect, unity, and closeness. Like there is somebody in your life coming in, and you will have that, and it will bring security. They will bring out a good side of you, maybe even a spiritual side, your untapped talents. You know, when you're with the right person, you should be bringing out each other's best sides. And it's something that just happens. It's not through like communication or this and that. Like it's natural. You bring out the best in each other, but we go towards things that hurt you and this and that and trying to make it right. And it's like, nah, you just gotta let that shit go. People aren't supposed to be in your life, guys. There's certain people who I thought would always be in my life, and it got to a certain point where I was like, wow, some of it was instant, others it took me a while. But this feels like instant for you. There's something instant for you, but there's a lot of mumbo jumbo. There's something about that song for you guys right now. I don't know what it's about, but is it about cheating on multiple people, or is it a fun song? A little bit of Monica, a little bit of Cedar by my side. You know, what's the meaning behind the song Mambo Number 5? Just called the salsa. Celebrating style, youth. The singer reminisces about past romances and flings. Okay, so that makes sense why this is coming out. Like someone is heavily thinking of not necessarily you, but multiple people, you know, and making some pretty big decisions. But then there's you. It could just be a new friend. Tell me about intimacy here, please. Teddy bear. Interested in you, blooming, flirting, wanting to date, romance. So someone likes you, or you end up liking someone, I'd say within the next 4 days, 4 weeks. You might not be aware of it this week, but there's something telling you there's something better. And it's not necessarily because someone let you down. It's just you just know like you deserve better. It doesn't mean this person might forgive, and you know, you might be able to make a situation better, but I'm not sure. I just know in you guys' brain, it's like, no, it's not about hurt, pain, lies. It's I guess exhaustion. Like you're just exhausted with the situation. Like it's, you know, and maybe that's where you needed to get some of this energy, to get more stability. Or this is somebody that, you know, chose wrong and their stability was elsewhere, but they went back to somebody from the past because they were married or they had the intentions of spending their life together. It's hard to rip away from certain energies when it's like my catalyst. That was hard to rip away from because it was so important to me. When people show people different sides of life and different things, you always want to go back and find out why, or this, you know, but like the person on the other hand is like, you were just a toy. You know, you were probably more than just like a toy, but you weren't number one importance to somebody. Like their number one priority was not you. And that could resonate in the sense of it wasn't you. And then they're finally realizing like, okay, I was never this person's priority. Tell me about this death when it comes to waves and what do we need to know? What procrastination? Too busy. What do you want us to know? This deck is kind of like, what are you doing? You work with me? Yay, nay. Need information. Self-indulgence, self-work, value, time to heal, shadow work. Yeah, so this is what somebody is going through. Soulmates, partnerships, soul contracts, life purpose. So this is hitting people big this week in different ways. It might be obvious to you, it might not. There could be upcoming breakups. I'm just not seeing it here, but I can feel it because it's like frustration in a relationship. Like, I'm not doing this. It's not how we're starting a relationship, blah, 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 blah. And I have a friend that somebody started dating a few months ago, and it's just like one thing after another, but communication is key, and you got to go back and forth and talk to each other, right? But you're going to get to a point where you burn that person out, and somebody has already been through, their own growth and certain mishaps. They're not going to cater to you. If you're both really putting in a hard effort to make something work, that's different. But then you got to ask yourself, does this person deserve my energy? Does this person deserve this? And there's a lot of love. And if the answer is yes, then yeah, give it a shot. But tell me about the Wheel of Fortune. Shock, sudden change. See, I usually get the Tower from that energy, and there's no Tower. Because I feel like the Tower's already come in multiple times. There's like a tattoo here. There's something symbolic between you and somebody. It could be Asian. Like an Asian, I don't know, I'm just being pulled to like samurais. Tell me about burnt bridges. Any advice when it comes to that? Ascending, learning, expansion, preparing for union, new phase. Yeah, so you don't see somebody coming in. You do have somebody coming towards you. And you might be like very apprehensive, or you're like, what? I mean, this could be somebody you had that's like a complete shock. There's no Tower here, but apparently, I don't know if it's just something in general you've been blocking or it's been blocked. But it doesn't mean that this is your person, and it could be, guys, but I need to be very clear with you guys here. There is multiple people here. Their end, your end, and you might not even be thinking of any of this. You're just like, do. But I feel like there's an energy that comes in, and as quick as they come in, they're gone. It's temporary. You are meant to be with somebody here, whoever this reading is for, and I hate to say that to you because I don't like stuff like that. Like, if you go back, I noticed when I was on YouTube the other day, I was watching my little pimple popping, and an old reading came up like 2 years ago. Somebody used to watch, and it said, you will be with this person, blah, 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 blah. And people get sucked in that way. It's like, no, fuck that shit. If you're still resonating to something 2 years ago, get out. You shouldn't be resonating to anything from 2 years ago. There's nothing here worth resonating with. Waste the fucking time. And in the meantime, people have burnt bridges, so somebody might come in all sweet and shit. I feel like this is not something you're going to get caught up in. I think this is real. I think this is going to happen. I think there could be multiple people in your life too. Like with me over the weekend, I said there was a couple people from the past that came in, and then I reached out to somebody. And I didn't expect any of that. So it's just, I'm hearing does not make sense, but I don't even remember what I said. Oh, it's just like not bad timing, but it's like not that it can't be. Yeah, I think it is like can't be bothered type energy. I'm not. Where'd the Five of Swords go? How'd the Five of Swords disappear? Why does this sound like someone is chewing something over here? Moses, is that you chewing food? That's hard. Oh dear Lord. Moses. There's my crystal. Moses, hi. Yeah. All right. That's a piece of food with me, no? Love you so much, but that's a no-no. I feel like I got a little lost over here in the midst of explaining stuff, so I'm not sure. That might be a message for you guys. I don't know if it's one of those things that's just like, or, you know, the person you push away or comes back. It just feels like there's an energy coming in that also wants forgiveness. This is definitely a transit thing. And then, but it's temporary. It's just somebody's demons, guys. Be careful. And the right person could come in first, and then it's the second person, vice versa, right? But these are pretty potent major arcana. This can't be avoided. I do like the way some of you are just in the energy and letting this energy flow because you've just taken yourself out of certain situations, but you do need, there's a blind eye. You do need to be aware of a blind eye here. Tell me about running. This is somebody who, you know, ran, denials, excuses. This could be, you know, you too, but I don't think so. Backstab and yeah, see, but I also think somebody got hurt here and backstabbed here. You know, it's like a shocking attack. And I think it had to do with over there, lighthearted, adapting, finding out things coming to change. You know, there was definitely infidelity in a relationship or whoever you were seeing or dating in the last 3 years. I'm just hearing 3 years. 8, 16. Yeah, this is a big transit. You know, this is why it's a finality, though. It's the world, right? So it's maybe if someone's nervous, you're not going to forgive them. You know, does this person even deserve forgiveness? Multiple women. Oh, Mumbo 5. Yeah, go like reminiscing. Yeah, it makes sense. Like, I don't think you're reminiscing about this person anymore, but I think somebody is reminiscing about you and other people. I think your head's pretty clear here. There's some things that are probably like coming and going, but it's nothing that's going to keep you stuck or entangled. Like somebody allowed themselves to make the wrong choices. I almost said dude. I am that person that says dude, but I haven't said that in a long time. But I was going to say, dude, I've been there. I purposely made the wrong choices, know that there was going to be consequences, but I didn't care because I wanted to be selfish that night and feed myself. Nothing wrong with that either. That's not cheating. There was no cheating involved. Let me tell you that. I am an extremely fucking loyal person. Do not cheat. It's just a quality I guess I always had. It was never questionable. It was never like, oh my God, let me cheat, or, you know, like, no. I didn't put myself in situations like that. I knew better. What do we need to know about the consequences? So this could already be like over and done, but it is fresh because just energy is thinking about you or vice versa. Yeah, see, consequences. This relationship's over. No second chances. Go and transform your life. What's dead is dead. To me, this has already happened. And this is sitting on the Chariot. You know, this isn't moving forward. That's for sure. But I think this is... See, this is because there's multiple people here. This is where it gets tricky. But I do think that this has to do with the other person. Like, just over the, like, there's nothing there. And this could be happening to everybody. This could happen to you this week too, with a different situation when it comes to death, or somebody's hoping it goes in a different direction, but it doesn't because there's consequences, you know. And you could be have somebody on the board here very manipulative and naive, and, you know, thought they could just squeeze you back in or make things right. And it's like, no, it doesn't work that way. Not when there's not good intention behind it. And somebody here, you know, there's not good intention. This is somebody who just wants, you know, somebody who's lonely or wants comfort or just wants to play games. Like, those people are shitty. At least, like, when I go towards people and, oh, how you been, this and that, like, I'll tell them, like, hey, I'm just lacking comfort. Can you be my person? Can you be my person for the night or the weekend? Can we hang out? And they're like, hell yeah. There are good people in my life, you know? So, and then there's other times I choose wrong. But that's okay. I always deal with my consequences, you know? It's not the end of the world. Lessons learned, you know? So, yeah, that's the Chariot. There's something not moving forward here. Like I said, there's a finality. And then something here. Tell me about Judgment, Archangel Michael. There's something here that's going to take off. You could be going on vacation, partying, hanging out with friends, being single, happy, living in the moment. Again, there is travel here with the World, the Wheel of Fortune, the Chariot. I do travel in 3 weeks. That came quick. But I am getting nervous because my health sucks right now. And I do have an autoimmune disease that we just figured out, but that's a whole other story. And I do have to travel, so again, I got to be extremely careful. I'm trying to figure out why that came out, because it's almost like I saw travel but not see travel. So I don't know if you meet somebody there, but to me, it's not about meeting somebody there. This has to do with like your past, and this is just spirit saying, like, go have fun. You've been released. Like, don't worry about it. Oh, you've been released. That's weird because I said that in my text message the other day. This is great news. For those who are not trying to release something, you know, I don't know what to tell you, but to me, that's great news, because that tells me if a new start's going to take place, it's good that the old one got buried, like the feelings of the, you know what I mean? Like, so it's not going to be one of those things that keep coming into play, like a new relationship. Oh, we did new relationship. Is that Usher? And we're trying to figure each other out when it comes to jealousy and when it comes to insecurities, all that. Like, everybody's going to have to work through that little stuff. And to me, that's okay. It's normal, right? I think, again, what I think this is saying, and what I'm almost positive it's saying, and that where I can find the beauty in this is, you're not the type of person to take a relationship from the past and bring it into a new one. Or, need to work on things. You might need to work on things, you're both, when it comes to certain stuff. And it's like, oh, I'm so used to like shutting down in this situation. I probably really shouldn't, But one of my main issues was always communication with somebody, and they always lacked it. And how can you have a friendship with somebody who lacks communication because they're holding a grudge or they feel bad? Like, it's just, how quickly people can dismiss you without really thinking. You know how, like, when you come into people's lives, say it was like a few years ago, come into somebody's life, and then you separated from that person, and they met somebody and they thought they were going to live happily ever after with somebody. No, that was the karma, because they chose wrong, because it was karmic, because they were greedy, or you were greedy and you still wanted to feed yourself, or you didn't care that it was lack of comfort. I mean, you didn't care that it was only going to be temporary comfort, or, you know what I mean? Like, everybody puts themselves in those situations, but it ended up being karmic for somebody else because of the way they treated you before they got into another relationship. Like I've said this plenty of times. People don't want to listen to me. You cheat on somebody, you will never be successful. Never. Like, I used to tell my ex all the time, like, my one true love, like, I know you got married and y'all had kids, right? But you guys will never last. It's karmic. You cannot start a relationship on a karmic ground, on a karmic footing. If there's no stability, you have nothing. And they're divorced, needless to say. When someone cheats on somebody else, you guys will never, ever be in love again. Like, it's just, I'm telling you, and it's not from like past experiences. This is like inner knowing. This is knowledge. This is wisdom. This is just, like I said, like an inner knowing. I just know how things work. Tell me about this high priestess. Addiction, codependent, obsession, restraint, possessive control. So this is definitely a block. Sunglasses, watching, looking, perception, stalking, the phoenix, a new phase. Someone's been watching you very closely. And again, a new phase. Why does this person possibly get a second chance with you? I don't know, but somebody does. I think you're going to be very reluctant. But if somebody really wants to, be with you, time will tell. Actions speak louder than words, like they're saying the right things, things like that, yada, yada. Is this right for you? Is this not right for you? Just because someone apologized doesn't mean, I'll give you a second chance. Like I said, someone might come in first before that, or vice versa. Whatever direction it goes in. So in all reality, you really don't know who's who in this situation. You may think you do, but there is a plot twist I just heard. So that's interesting. But again, it's like rebirth here. Like somebody's done their shadow work. Somebody's done what needs to be done. So there is possibility. There is something destined here, and you are being watched over. And right now, it's just go have fun. Be with someone who allows you to have fun. That was another thing that my friend was dealing with, like insecurities there too. There's always going to be insecurities in the beginning of certain relationships, guys. It's a given. You just got to stay honest and truthful with each other, even if you've known this person forever. You shouldn't have to go out and worry like, oh, someone's going to give you an attitude or this and that, or somebody's going to say this. Like, again, natural in the beginning, but how long are you going to let that linger? You can only use that as an excuse for so long. So there's clearly excuses on the board here. This is 4 of Swords, 5, 6 of Swords. I know the 5 was at the deck for a little while, but I thought I kept it out. And then it was the 6 of Cups. I just don't know where it disappeared to. Tell me about this 4 of Swords, 6 of Swords. So again, the 5 will show up this week. You might be able to easily dismiss it, which I think is good. You have bounce, gratitude, be happy, be grateful. Life can't keep you down. Bounce back, kangaroo, family, unity, strength, roll with the punches, ambition, protection, ease of moment, home away from home, aggressive, protection. That 5 of Swords could be part of that aggressive protection, but it's not on the board anymore. And it was at the back of the deck, so it is coming in this week. That 5 of Swords is, I guess it's just how it's going to be interpreted, or how you're going to work with that 5 of Swords. Or are you going to work with that 5 of Swords? Might not work with that 5 of Swords and say, fuck it. You got that wall up. But to me, 6 of Swords, I think you just need to get back to life or something. With the 6 of Swords, you got nail, building, not solid, needs securing. It's like that security I was telling you about with the 4 of Wands, like that security, that comfort might be there, or safety, but like there's nothing secure about it. You got painful, but truthful. I like that. Communication, nail in the coffin, hitting the nail on the head, a pin in it for later, new beginning, needed, flawed situation, tower moment. Well, that makes sense. But I also think I like the blue, meshing with the other blue. I think this is a really good thing. This card does show growth. Fox, sexy or foxy, a good luck omen, fox in the hen house, a desire to stay single or walk alone, sneaky, witty, quick. Yeah, there's that 5 of Swords that might try to sneak in. But again, you might choose to stay single. But I do think that there's something here that is going to put you into a commitment. To me, somebody doesn't want you single. They could be worried. But this is not somebody who expresses that or tells you that. It's probably somebody that's more interruptive. I don't know if it's intentional or not, but I don't think it's like ill intentions. I think it's, no, you have ill intentions here. I just got pulled to a woman. You still have a woman making a mess of things. So I'm not going to read that anymore. Just take the messages that are good for you. Because this is also telling me the Five of Swords isn't going to touch this situation. So any haters or this, this person, as much as they want to interrupt your life, I think this is somebody from you guys' past, like on somebody else's side, wants to come in and interrupt what they have going on, because maybe this energy feels like, okay, this person's moving forward, it's done. And somebody wants to come back in and manipulate a situation. She thinks she's slick. Or he, goes both ways. But this fox is an energy of, But I think it's over now. Must have been love. But see, again, like it wasn't like someone's priority was not a particular person. And I will tell you, you have different priorities within a relationship, not just one. Work's never more important. A relationship is not less important than work, or you gotta do them all at once. If you try to separate certain situations, you're bound to fail, because you're not meant to live that way. You're meant to live with every feeling, thought, lessons you've learned, where this stuff don't phase you anymore. It's like, bye bitch, whoever you are. Could be a man too. It's that energy that thinks they can come in and out, and they can't. It's done. But just know that energy is still there. So there's a lesson here for somebody. And I think it's, I don't think it's us. I think this is a different individual that was struggling along the way with somebody, but sees things in you, qualities in you, as if like you're the person, but their brain is telling them this other situation is their person. And unfortunately, that person has caused a lot of pain. But yet some people still, like this is energy that's like, please forgive me, please. No. Well, fuck yourself. What's the lesson for this person here with the fox? And again, don't think that's yours or somebody else's. It's just, I expand my consciousness, my awareness. You got imagination. I embrace and nourish my creative aspect, and honesty. I can't always get the truth from others, but I can expect it for myself. So it's kind of like the same thing. Go create your own world here, like you're meant to. And then you get forgiveness at the bottom of the deck again. But this is somebody, there's no growth here with somebody here. This is somebody's past girlfriend, wife, fiance. And for women, it's, same thing. It's just somebody from your, see, but I don't think you're going to be bothered with this. This doesn't hit you like it hits somebody else, but it's necessary for somebody to make a massive change here. To me, your life has already gone through some type of massive change. So I do think there's a huge epiphany here. I guess it just depends on who from the past. With the Fool, 8 of Wands, communication, temperance, reconciliation. Somebody who really cares about you. But there's a lot of entanglement in the meantime. Best advice for this fox. You know what? I don't even need to clarify the fox, because the fox is irrelevant. He or she doesn't, he or she doesn't matter in this feed. They're irrelevant. Well, irrelevant to me and certain people. Clearly not irrelevant to somebody. But that's on them. And that's not on you. Because this is trying to have positive thoughts about a certain situation, because it's just what suits you right now. And I'm telling you, like, spirit really just wants you to be happy right now, and they're not going to allow certain people in your life. And try not to make the same mistakes and go back to somebody out of comfort, or you're horny, whatever the case may be. Because I'm telling you, there's an energy here that it just needs to be ignored, and you might have to ignore, you might have to block, and it's something you didn't want to do. But before there's an energy here that can move forward with the right person, the lesson is for this person to block the wrong person. And some people, like I said, want to keep those doors open. But with this Nine of Pentacles and the High Priestess, like, no. This is somebody who makes you feel like shit too. They make you feel like you can't accomplish things, or you're not good and bad, and you should do this, and it'll help your sex life. Somebody took a wrong road here. Somebody took a wrong path. I don't know what it is, but dark energy. Maybe they thought it was for them. Maybe it's not. I'm hearing infidelity. Somebody's, if you have a relationship, that's a priority. You both work, that's a priority. You're a team. So have fun. You're being watched over with this Judgment. And I also think somebody here is being judged before they can even come into your life. And I don't think the two of you have a big judgment issue, to be honest with you. There's something deeper here. So it's this person over here with the Nine of Cups, Ten of Cups, that thought somebody else was going to make them happy and bring them desire and bring them security and, white picket fence, who the fuck knows. But they weren't seeing it. This is probably somebody who it's like the player got played. And that will always happen. Even me, I've been, a player. I've been played. Like, it just, guys, it happens. It's not the end of the fucking world. But someone's ego is just, struggling. But again, like, if somebody was to X out the fucking narcissist, whoever the fuck that person is, like, it's so much better. You just take them out of the equation. And that does take time to figure that out. But if somebody's been thinking about you like this for a while, and they've been dealing with somebody else, it's just wrong. So I think this person this week is finally going to cut this person off. And again, it could be you, but it feels like, it almost feels like you both have to cut something off for you guys to come together. I don't know why that is, but it could be for the same reason. So there's not complications or things that get messy in a future or a relationship you're trying to start. Oh, you're still friends with him? Oh, you're still friends with her? Yeah, no. Somebody here knows those energies don't benefit anybody. So it's just a matter of it clicking with, the other person. You do have a life partner here, guys. And this is not the first time that this stuff has come onto my board. This has been coming on my board for a few years, of a particular life partner, whether you want to call it a catalyst, a twin, a soulmate. It doesn't mean it's any of those. What it means is it's somebody from your past that wants a new start. And again, you might not know this person. It might be a brand new person when you're actually enjoying life, this is when somebody comes in and maybe this person wants, to apologize or there just feels like you're going to be in a relationship within the next few months. Somebody, well, lots of people. You might know this person, or there's something within your relationship. It's either going to go south or you're going to walk your north node. I walk alone. I walk a lonely road. It's going to be one of those, but there is relationships. There is a soulmate. There is something protected that is coming in, and it's no longer iffy. It's been protected. So it's getting rid of all their residual energies that people are still holding on to. So it does look like people are still holding on to things here. Unfortunately. I mean, it could be a good thing in the sense of holding on to you, but why would this person hold on to you when they were dealing with somebody else? Like, how do you have a relationship with somebody like that? Or how do you try to work it out? Or how do you try to stay friends with somebody when there's a different energy that carries a lot of different qualities and benefits to having somebody like that in your life, whether you end up just being best friends or lovers or soulmates. This is finally coming to a head after 8 years. Something with 8 years here. I'm still getting pulled to 3. 8 just can be symbolic. It's also infinity. Let me pull you. I'm going to pull you your best advice with these 2 cards. And this has to do with you and the right person. And you might not even know who that right person is, guys. Okay, so you just know you deserve better. You know what you want in a relationship. You know that it's going to be work. You know that there's things you got to get through. But it can't linger. I don't know if somebody's just figuring that out. They're looking at relationships a little different. Maybe this is you having an epiphany and it's like, oh man, like, this is kind of like, all right, I am ready for a relationship. Because somebody's got their head on fucking straight here. And it's like, and you're not taking any bullshit, but you also know that forgiveness is important if it goes towards the right person. And then there's still something that needs to be worked on. But I feel like 2 peas in a pod here. All of a sudden, 2 peas in the pod. But I'm also hearing those 2 peas in a pod and getting pulled to a frog have never separated. I don't know what that means. Well, 2 peas in a pod, we know what that means, right? But I did just buy this bowl. And then I asked myself, Courtney, why did you buy this bowl? Well, for one, I love it. It's got a frog. And it's made in the Appalachian Mountains. It's an expensive little fucking bowl. It was made in the Appalachian Mountains, I believe, by indigenous tribes. Sent this to my dad. Each one is one of a kind, very unique, and it is made from a walnut shell. The bottom is a walnut shell, and the other wood is from the Appalachians. The pipe is handmade in Ecuador by indigenous communities in the Andes Mountains. I know what 2 peas in a pod mean, but like, I don't know what it means. Like, you guys are like a frog. I've never heard that. Anybody ever hear something like that? Like, what's the spiritual meaning of a frog? Transformation, renewal, emotional cleansing. Well, it's all on the board. Physical and emotional cleansing, which makes so much sense because if you were to get to here, you had to have gone through that. Transformation, rebirth. Tadpole to an adult signifies personal growth, shedding old ways, embracing change. Leap of faith, seeing the frog can represent a call of a leap of faith, urging you to move forward in desperate uncertainty. It's kind of like that, you know. I don't know if it's desperate uncertainty. I certainly don't feel that, but I certainly know Spirit wants me in this energy. Intuition, adaptability. Water, land, emotional, physical, encourage you to trust your inner wisdom. So I do think there is a situation that is going to take some type of forgiveness. You're two peas in a pod and you guys are a frog, I don't know. You guys are a frog. You're a frog. Together, I don't know. But then I said to myself, like, I can't even smoke out of him. I'm going to burn the little frog. It even came with a little screen. I was like, oh, that's so cute. But then I don't want to burn the little frog. So I was like, what? You know, you have to kiss many frogs, toads, you know, I don't know. I don't think it's like one of those like fairy tale things. I think there's a very realistic situation here, but in the midst, this is a major transit too, guys. So you were in a transit for 8 years, 3 years, not sure. Let me get your best advice regarding the right person, your frog. You know, people say you kiss a lot of frogs and toads, but I don't know. Oh, fucking A. You know I don't like this card. But you guys might actually get married. You've known this person. This is the one deck in my card, and I said, Dorian, whatever her name is going to hit me up one day and say, why the fuck do you read that card that way? I think it's in regards to, where's my pendulum? Yeah, this is your life partner, whether you marry them or not. This is somebody that will be in your life that you can rely on. Anything else? Passion, allow your heart to sing with joy. This is already telling me this was a past life and something was extremely fucking karmic. Yeah, see, it's divine. It's one of those things. Forgiving and learning. As you release and heal your past, you experience more love in the present moments. You've known each other before. So it's going to be somebody either brand new, that's what it's like, whoa, and very intense, but you ask me, you know this person. You might be saying, oh, I know who this is, but I'm telling you, I think it's somebody else. I think Spirit got to a point with people here that have been evolving and there's lots of growth and doing the right thing and looking at things the right way, which I consider being me and you guys. And it's not easy. It doesn't mean we're not going to struggle and this and that. But when you really are authentic and you are who you are, you know, you are able. It's real easy to get wrapped into something from the past too, right? But there's something here. This could be a very healing relationship. I think you guys heal each other. You might have gave up on this situation. I'm hearing no, so mentally you did. Yeah, mentally you did. But you can still have that. But I don't think you'd be like, oh, I'll end up marrying this person. Blah, blah, blah. Like, I think that's just kind of random and it just happens. And it's like one of those things, you meet the love of your life and it's just like, whoa, everything happens so fast. It's like you wouldn't, this is something you can look back in 6 months, look back in 6 months and be like, holy shit. But you're so far on another land is what I'm hearing. You're so far on another land, in another universe, parallel, I don't know, like, yeah. In love with each other. It's just, something with sex here. That's a hot conversation. Well, if you can get down to it, then, hopefully, it works out for you. Let's get you one more card in regards to this situation. Until then, keep being who you are. Do it. It is your doing. Like, don't overthink. Don't worry too much. You got to remember stuff like that, right? Because that's not how life is supposed to be. Like, life shouldn't really be on pause or this and that, but, it ends up being on pause because of our own mishap, our own decisions. It just doesn't have to be. This should be very free-flowing, and it does feel free-flowing for another energy, but there's energy is going to, I'm in burning sunstone. Energy is going to stop flowing for you again. And it's because you did the work. You have heirloom tomatoes. Enter into the depths of intimacy where the seeds of your desires will be nurtured. And you had intimacy here too, a certain friend. It's a 7, another card of spirituality. And you got another 7 here too. Wand making. With a flick of focus, you can come to see the vision realized. So maybe you just didn't want to see something here. Maybe somebody didn't want to see themselves as a father, a stepfather, a stepmother. There's something beautiful is going to bloom here. You are worthy, my dear. Silence the noise that has stripped you of your peace. I think that's kind of what's happened. But I think it's for like more the other energy, not you. I think you very much already came to terms with something. And it's just settling a different way. I think somebody else is dealing with, what you once experienced. You don't experience that type of stuff anymore because you've already learned certain things. This is somebody who's, wrong choices. We've all made wrong choices. You can make them right. But right here, this is not for you per se. It will become 2. I just got pulled to the frog again, but it's a single frog. What did they say? You gotta kiss your toads. You gotta kiss so many toads before you get, I don't know, Prince Charming. Maybe Prince Charming's always been here. But people have to go through certain stuff with certain people to see certain stuff, to learn certain ways and certain lessons. And, this is, I'm hearing infinity, which, didn't I bring up the 8? Something about an 8 earlier? This is something that's going to be released properly. And the 2 of you will get through something together. Again, I feel like there's like a misconception here of somebody like, oh, you shouldn't be with somebody, you just broke up with somebody. No, you're fucking seeing that way wrong. People don't want to take opportunities after a major life event. And to me, that's foolish because that's spirit letting you be free. That's spirit saying you can learn your lesson right here and now. But some people like to dilly-dally and play games and they just see it, I don't know. I mean, you could have saw something for a long time and then all of a sudden it's like you just don't see it anymore and now somebody else is seeing it. But now to you, you're like, well, I don't know what to say. Like, but again, be careful with the past and past thoughts and dreams. Like I said, a dream over the weekend made me hit somebody up because I was frustrated because I know I wasn't pulling that energy in. I know that energy is thinking about me. But I'm not going to play that game all over again and say, I know you're thinking about me. Because I know that person's thinking about a lot of fucking things. But don't play games with me. Don't come into my fucking dreams and try to manipulate in the sense of pulling me in. How about you just be fucking honest? Hit me up. Maybe somebody wanted to like try to tap into something here. And it's like, well, even if you are, you know, you want that person, you want to feel wanted or this and that, like somebody here is just not going to roll like that anymore. So this person has to stop trying to roll like that too, because I think this person was trying a lot of ins and outs to avoid but there's a finality here. If this is make the right choice or this is a absolution. Absolution. This is absolution. Hey Siri, what's it mean when somebody says this is absolution of a situation?
If someone is given absolution, they are forgiven for something wrong that they have done.
There you go, forgiveness. So there is something here. There is someone here coming in, and it is worth forgiving. It doesn't have to be a lover. It could just be an old friend. You know, it's just be careful. Well, I don't really have to say be careful it's the right person. I think you're in the stage of just, I want to enjoy life again. So I don't think there's going to be too much of you being stuck. I think that you'll attempt to maybe give someone a chance? Yeah, absolutely. But I look at that as a really good thing because the cards are telling me you won't have to deal with this stuff anymore. You might in the beginning of a relationship. And the beginning is always like fun too, right? But when you're starting something fresh again with someone, when this has already happened, because this does feel like you've met this person. I don't think it's somebody brand new. And if it does, you know, you've learned your lessons. You're ready for a relationship. You're not going to bring your past relationships or your past hurt into this new one. So therefore, congratulations. Congratulations, motherfuckers. I love you guys. I'll see you mañana. We'll do a couple different reads. Or maybe later. I don't know. Yeah, I'm getting pulled to my cards. So, I love you guys. I gotta go look for stamps. I love you guys so much. Bye.